Nikki Haley is the former U.S. ambassador to the UN and former South Carolina governor. She is in focus now. Great to see you today. First of all, you have had some strong thoughts going into this, and now it seems to be at like the next level with the federal government now coming to local municipalities to get involved.
I mean, this is so bad. This basically goes to the heart of saying, if you don't agree with Joe Biden, we're going to make you agree with Joe Biden. And look, as a mom, I know we have one job. We have one job, and that's to protect our children and do the best that we can. And parents feel like no one is listening, whether it's masks, whether it's vaccine mandates, whether it's critical race theory. Parents have every right to be a part of how their child is raised, educated, and move forward in the world. And the idea that you want to take that away from parents and you want to shut them down when they disagree. I mean, when I was governor, we wanted as many parents involved in their school board meetings as possible. I would always say, we need you at those meetings. We need you to know what's going on in your child's classroom. Now we finally have it, and they want to make them stop. Just doesn't make any sense.
Before we go on, I want to stop for this because it just popped into my head. You know, we have a lot of law enforcement out here that know their community, some of them with children in schools. So when you have a school board meeting, you have natural people who have veins to the society that you live in to step in and help. Why go around the local law enforcement, do you think, Ambassador?
Well, I mean, I think they're trying to scare people. I think they're trying to make it go away. And I think this is, again, you know, it's all the unions that are coming in saying, protect us, protect us. But the thing is, you have to be protecting these children. You have to protect the children and allow parents to parent. What they're trying to do is take parenting away from the child. You know, if you're going to teach critical race theory, they're trying to go ahead and tell this 5-year-old kindergarten that if she's white, she's bad, and if she's brown or black, she's a victim and will never be good enough. You're trying to put masks on children and on teachers when children learn from seeing expressions on their teachers' faces when they're growing up. You know, you're doing these vaccines. That's a family decision. And now you're saying that parents can't go talk to the people making the decisions teaching their children. It's a real problem, and it goes against every freedom that we've ever been proud to say that we have. They're taking it away just in one fell swoop.
An op-ed in the New York Post has this title, Ambassador. Liberals were losing the argument over critical race theory in schools. Time to call in the FBI. Also, it goes into the purpose of mobilizing the FBI is not only to monitor dissent, but to subdue it. The suggestion that parents might be engaging in domestic terrorism is designed to suppress speech and assembly, and to justify the further federalization of education policy. That's from the Manhattan Institute senior fellow Christopher Rufo. And just last week, I want to add this to it, Education Secretary Cardona weighed in on how much a role parents should have in their kids' education. Let's watch this together.
Do you think parents should be in charge of their child's education as the primary stakeholder?
I believe parents are important stakeholders, but I also believe educators have a role in determining educational programming.
I guess, Ambassador, he didn't get the memo?
You know, the one question I wish someone would ask Joe Biden is, are you saying that parents are domestic terrorists when they show up at school board meetings? Are you saying parents are domestic terrorists because they care about how you are teaching their kids on how they see each other and everybody that they come across in the world? I mean, Joe Biden needs to answer this. Are you defending this? Are you defending this to the parents? There's a reason his approval ratings are so low. It's because he is failing at everything, from the border, from tax and spend, to how he's doing mandates, to education, and to how he is heavy-handing government on every aspect of every American's life. It's a problem. There's a reason his numbers are going down. There's a reason that he's going to lose all of his majorities in 2022.
Ambassador, just real quickly, you know, there is a slippery slope with all of this. And if they're not calling parents to weigh in on education, do they stop calling us when something goes wrong? That's my question. And we don't know yet.
No, and I think that we're going to start to see transparency go away. They're going to now start hiding things and doing things in a way that parents don't know, and parents are going to become more suspicious. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, earlier this week, you spoke at the Reagan Library and called out the idea that America is racist as a country and that the bad far outweighs the good. You were arguing against that. Let's watch.
For many Americans, the answer would be yes. A large portion of our people are plagued by self-doubt or even by hatred of America. They see America's flaws as more profound than its strengths. They deny the massive progress we've made, and they punish anyone who disagrees. They are quick to praise those who attack America and eager to attack those who praise America.
And take a look at this over on CNN, an anchor dedicating an entire segment to attacking you, Ambassador, for declaring that the United States is not a racist country. Let's revisit with the ambassador right here to watch it with us.
She did see the promise of America unfold, but at times she also saw the promise of America denied. The former governor who removed the Confederate flag from the South Carolina State House grounds only to have that symbol brandished inside the U.S. Capitol by rioters this past January whitewashed the ups and downs of the American experience with racism and the challenges still ahead, all apparently to appeal to the conservative base.
First of all, what's your reaction to that?
Well, it sounds like I hit a nerve. Secondly, it's amazing to me how the liberal media can't stand it when someone black or brown happens to talk about the fact that America is the best country in the world, the fact that we are blessed to be free and blessed to live in America. I'm going to keep saying it. We should all talk about the blessings of America. We're not a perfect country, but every day our focus is to make today better than yesterday. And that's how I was raised. I was raised to have hope. I was raised that America did have challenges as we were going, but I also was raised to live and see that me, a brown family in a small southern rural town, the people, when they used to whisper about us or used to exclude us, I saw something very American happen because they started to smile at us. They started to talk to us, and they welcomed us in. Mm-hmm. And that's the part of America that I was raised in. That's the part of America I'm proud of. And that same state elected me as the first female and first minority governor. And you can't say that we're a racist country. You just can't. And they can't stand it when a brown Republican says that.
I love when you and others go into the details of what it takes to make a journey. You go from what is unfamiliar and make it familiar, and that's what your parents chose to do. That's how you were raised. Thank you for sharing that. I want to get to this because you talked about the president's low approval rating, and these numbers are eye-popping. A new Quinnipiac poll shows President Biden's job approval at 38%. Now, not too long ago in February, it was 50. It is sinking like a stone. An all-time low, down from that February high. What's your take for all of it, from his perspective, one, but more importantly, moving forward, the midterms? Could this damage Democrats' down ticket?
I mean, think about a small business owner. He can't get staff to work because government has paid them to stay home. Inflation's kicking in, so the cost of everything is happening. He can't keep up with wages because that's not allowing people to come in either. And by the way, when his kids go to school, they're having to wear masks. He's being told that his workers and his children have to be vaccinated. All of these things are happening while there's a crisis on the border, and you don't know who you can hire and who you can't because you don't know if they're legal. Like, there's so many things that are going wrong, and all those disapproval ratings, from Afghanistan to immigration to spending, you name it. I mean, this is all spiraling out of control. And I'll tell you, independents see it, conservative Democrats see it, Republicans have seen it, you know, for a long time, for 9 months now, and you're going to see it in 2022 at the polls.
It's interesting. 2022, fast forwarding to 2024. You interested?
I think I've got a little bit of time. Let's win. I don't think if there's a 2024, if we can't win in 2022, that's the most important thing.
Ambassador Nikki Haley in focus this hour. Good to see you. Thank you.
Always fun to be with you, Harris. Thank you.